Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What if I told you that the Giants are potentially making a move that could totally redefine their running game and honestly their entire offensive identity? It's been a rough season so far with a disappointing 2-7 record, and the offense has struggled to find consistency. But whispers are swirling around a blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the NFC East. We're talking about none other than Saquon Barkley, the Giants' star running back, possibly heading back to New York from the Philadelphia Eagles, and the implications are massive. Yes, you heard that right. There's chatter that the Eagles, sitting pretty at 7-2 but squeezed tight against the cap, are considering trading Barkley to the Giants in exchange for a first-round pick and a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. Now I know what you're thinking. Why would Philly trade their explosive back? Well, the Eagles are cap-strapped, and with Jalen Hurts leading a potent offense, they might be looking to cash in on Barkley's value while they still can. Plus, after the deadline on November 4th, the focus shifts to building for the future, especially with a youth-oriented approach following Hurts' era. Barkley, as you all know, isn't just any running back. He's a versatile, explosive, can-do-it-all kind of player. Multiple-time Pro Bowler, ranked among the top 20 in PFF for 2025, Barkley has the ability to turn a game on its head with his power runs, quick cuts, and reliable hands out of the backfield. His presence on the field would be a game-changer for the Giants, especially considering their current situation. They're desperate for a true workhorse back, someone who can carry the load and help control the tempo, especially with their offensive line still finding its footing, and their record of 2-7 making everything feel like a rebuild. Let's talk about what Barkley could bring to the Giants. Right now, he's averaging close to 579 rushing yards on 149 carries this season, with a solid 3.9 yards per carry. He scored 4 rushing touchdowns and added another 2 receiving touchdowns, with 27 receptions for 200 yards. His yards after contact are impressive, with an average of 4.8 yards per reception, and he's broken 28 tackles so far. His EPA per rush sits at plus 0.15, which shows he's still making a real impact when he's on the field. That's crucial for a Giants team that's been struggling to find a spark on offense. And keep in mind, Barkley has avoided major injuries so far, which is a big plus given his history of injuries in past seasons. Statistically, Barkley is a Swiss Army knife. He's accumulated over 8.0 scrimmage yards and scored 50 touchdowns in his career, with an average PFF grade of 86.0. He's been recognized as a Pro Bowler 4 times and has proven to be a consistent threat in both rushing and receiving. His ability to pick up yards after contact and make defenders miss is exactly what the Giants need to elevate their ground game. Imagine him running behind a revamped offensive line, alleviating some pressure from Daniel Jones, and giving the Giants a much-needed identity, ground and pound with explosive plays sprinkled in. Now the Eagles, on the other hand, are sitting pretty at 7-2, but they're cap-tight. Moving Barkley could free up around $15 million in cap space, which they could then redirect toward extending key players or bolstering their secondary. Philadelphia's defense is solid, allowing about 21.3 points per game, but they're always looking to add more firepower. Trading Barkley might seem like giving up a key piece, but if they can get a first-round pick and a third in the future, it's a smart move for a team with Super Bowl aspirations and cap concerns. Plus, with Jalen Hurts leading the way, they're still very much in the hunt for another deep playoff run. But this trade could be more about setting up for future seasons, especially if they're eyeing a youth rebuild or just trying to manage their cap more efficiently. For the Giants, this potential acquisition would be a game-changer. Their offense, currently averaging just 21.7 points per game, would instantly get a boost with Barkley's multifaceted skill set. His ability to generate big plays, whether on the ground or through the air, would take pressure off Daniel Jones and give the offense a new rhythm. With Barkley in the backfield, the Giants could develop a more balanced attack, which is crucial considering their current struggles. The hope is that his presence would help them add at least 0 yards of scrimmage offense, bump their points per game by around 7 points, and increase their third down conversion rate significantly. And it's not just about the offense. Barkley's presence would energize the entire team. His ability to break tackles and gain extra yards after contact would help the Giants sustain drives, control the clock, and keep their defense fresh. The defense, which has been on the field too much lately, would benefit from a more balanced attack that keeps the opponent's offense off the field. Plus, Barkley's explosiveness and vision would give the Giants a reliable offensive weapon that they've been lacking all season. Looking ahead, the impact of such a trade could extend beyond this season. If Barkley can stay healthy, he could be a cornerstone for the Giants' rebuild, providing leadership and production for years to come. The long-term outlook is promising, especially if the Giants can surround him with young talent, particularly at wide receiver, where they've been lacking consistent playmakers. The team's third down percentage, currently hovering around 34.9%, could improve dramatically with a back like Barkley who excels in tough situations. The NFL betting odds reflect the potential shift this move could bring. Currently, the Giants are listed at around +10, 0 to +4, 500 to win the Super Bowl, according to Fox Sports, with their chances of making a deep playoff run growing if they land Barkley. He's that kind of X-factor that can elevate a team from underdog to legitimate contender. His presence would give the Giants a more versatile, explosive offense, and could even turn the division upside down. The Eagles, despite their strong record, might have a tougher time with Barkley in the mix, especially if he revives their run game and takes some pressure off Jalen Hurts. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the trade actually happens. The Giants have roughly $12 million in cap space, which gives them some flexibility to absorb Barkley's salary, especially if they can negotiate a reasonable deal that aligns with their long-term plans. The potential impact on the Giants' rebuild is huge. With Barkley, they'd have a proven star who can carry the load and bring a new level of physicality and explosiveness to the offense. It would be a bold move, but one that could pay off big time, especially if it helps them compete for a playoff spot or even a Super Bowl appearance. In the grand scheme of things, this trade could be the pivot point that pushes the Giants from a team trying to rebuild into a true contender. Imagine a scenario where Barkley, healthy and motivated, leads a revitalized offense that controls the time of possession, keeps the defense fresh, and keeps the scoreboard ticking. It's the kind of move that can change a franchise's trajectory, spark locker room enthusiasm, and maybe even bring the Lombardi Trophy back to New York sooner than we think. This is what makes the NFL so exciting. Those bold moves, those high-stakes decisions, and the hope that one trade can flip everything around. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Giants fans, what's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think trading for Barkley makes sense, especially considering our current situation and future aspirations? Would you welcome him back with open arms, or do you think the Giants should focus on building through the draft and developing their young talent? Whatever your thoughts, I want to hear from you. Drop your comments below. Your opinions are what make this community so passionate. And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis on everything happening with the Giants. Stay tuned, stay loud, and let's keep that Giant spirit alive.